General Hospital spoilers. Brad warns Jason to stay away from Britt. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital, GH, spoilers hint that Brad Cooper, Perry Shin, will issue Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, a warning about Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault. The ABC daytime drama just released its promo video for the week of January 12th to 16th, and there's a clip that shows an interesting confrontation between Brad and Jason. The preview opens with a scene of Jason and Britt, seemingly on a date at the axe-throwing establishment that many within Port Charles frequent. Britt throws an axe that hits the bullseye, and Jason offers an impressive smile at the good doctor as she laughs at her luck, or skill, of hitting the intended target flawlessly. As the scenes shift, Jason is with Brad at the hospital as the lab technician declares, "I'm asking you to stay away from Britt." Jason looks stunned, and then a close-up of a shocked Britt is shown. Very few people in the little town dare warn Jason against anything, so Brad's boldness is very surprising. With that said, Brad also warned about Britt getting involved with the henchmen during the week of January 5th to 9th. Brad believes that everyone will always come before Britt in Jason's world, pointing out that Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, and Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, plus their kids, have always trumped Britt's needs in their past relationship. Brad made a joke that Carly's hairstylist would even come before Britt if the two were to reunite. Still, Britt did tell Brad that Jason had stuck his neck out multiple times since her return to the land of the living. From helping her escape from 5 puppies to her new car and much more, Jason has proved how much he values Britt. Jason knows Brad is harmless, and while it's cute that he's being this protective over his bestie, will Jason heed Brad's words or fluff him off? Sure, Brad is the nephew of Selena Wu Lydia Look, but there's really nothing he can do to back himself up if Jason decides to continue this budding romantic reunion with Britt. Plus, there's no way Selena would get involved in trying to intimate Stone Cold. Still, could Jason retaliate against Brad? That seems unlikely as well, as Jason has never been one to intimidate someone far weaker than him, unless they were playing games with someone he cares about. Brad genuinely loves Britt, and Jason will see that all the guy wants is to ensure Britt doesn't get hurt. While it looks like Britt is present when Brad spouts off to Jason, these previews can be a bit misleading. Still, will she be upset at her bestie for inserting himself into a situation where he truly has no say? Will this cause tension in their friendship? It looks like Jason and Britt are heading into a bona fide reunion. After months of Britt resisting, it seems like her walls are slowly but surely coming down. Will Brad and his warning ruin this? Could he create problems for the couple in the days, weeks, and months ahead? General Hospital spoilers suggest that Jason and Britt have had to hurdle through a bunch of obstacles to get to this point, so will Brad now become a new thorn in their slow-burning reunion? General Hospital spoilers. Brad warns Jason to stay away from Britt sets the stage for one of the most tension-filled arcs in Port Charles, combining emotional stakes, relationship dynamics, and the potential for conflict that could reverberate across multiple storylines. This development is not just a fleeting warning. It carries layers of personal concern, unresolved history, and protective instincts that could ignite drama between some of the show's most central characters. The episode underscores how General Hospital thrives on intertwining romance, loyalty, and cautionary counsel, creating suspense that keeps viewers invested in both character choices and long-term consequences. The episode opens with Brad Cooper recognizing potential dangers in Jason Morgan's increasingly close connection with Britt Westbourne. Brad, whose own past experiences have made him wary of chaos in Port Charles, steps in to offer a pointed warning. His concern is grounded in both instinct and history. He understands the volatility of relationships, especially when emotions, secrets, and past traumas converge. Brad's warning is layered, reflecting not only his protective instincts, but also his awareness of the ripple effects that a single relationship can have across personal and professional spheres. Jason's perspective is central to the tension. Known for his loyalty, moral code, and strong sense of justice, Jason faces the challenge of balancing his feelings with the potential consequences Brad highlights. The episode captures Jason's internal conflict as he weighs attraction and trust against warnings and instinctive caution. This nuanced portrayal emphasizes that in Port Charles, even the most principled characters are susceptible to doubt and uncertainty when faced with emotionally charged situations. Britt Westbourne's presence amplifies the tension. A character with a history of both vulnerability and manipulation, Britt represents a complex web of possibility for both drama and intrigue. Her interactions with Jason are loaded with subtext, as viewers are reminded of past conflicts, lingering secrets, and the unpredictable nature of her choices. The warning from Brad adds a layer of external pressure, forcing Britt and Jason to confront not only their own intentions, but also the perceptions and concerns of those around them. The emotional and psychological stakes of this triangle. Brad's warning is delivered not in anger or accusation, but with the weight of experience and concern, highlighting the theme of protective intervention. He understands that relationships in Port Charles can quickly become entangled in conflict, deception, or danger, and his cautionary approach reflects an attempt to prevent foreseeable fallout. Viewers are invited to see the layers of care, anxiety, and foresight that inform Brad's advice, making the storyline resonate beyond mere plot mechanics. Jason's response to Brad's warning is telling. He is portrayed as thoughtful and measured, demonstrating the internal struggle of a man who values autonomy yet recognizes the wisdom in counsel. The episode emphasizes that Jason's choices are informed by both emotion and principle, and his navigation of Brad's warning reveals his complexity as a character. It also sets up tension for future interactions, as the audience is left to speculate whether he will heed the advice or pursue his instincts, knowing that either decision carries consequences. Britt's role in this narrative adds multiple dimensions. Her reaction to Brad's warning and her dynamic with Jason highlight her intelligence, self-awareness, and emotional depth. The episode positions her as both a participant in the unfolding tension and a character with her own agency, capable of influencing the trajectory of the storyline. Viewers see that while Brad's warning is external, the ultimate decisions and consequences rest with Jason and Britt, creating suspense around how they will navigate the push and pull of caution and attraction. The narrative structure expertly alternates between the advisory perspective of Brad, Jason's internal deliberation, and Britt's reactions, creating a layered storytelling experience. This approach highlights the interconnectedness of Port Charles' characters, showing how one warning or decision can reverberate across multiple relationships and plotlines. It also underscores the show's commitment to character-driven suspense, where stakes are as much emotional and psychological as they are narrative. Emotional tension is heightened by the actors' performances, which convey subtle shifts in concern, temptation, and moral deliberation. Brad's portrayal of protective caution is measured yet urgent. Jason's internal struggle is expressed through restraint and thoughtfulness, and Britt's complexity is highlighted through her mixture of confidence, uncertainty, and responsiveness. These performances deepen viewer investment, making the warning feel consequential rather than perfunctory. The episode also explores themes of trust, loyalty, and foresight. Brad's intervention underscores the importance of perspective in decision-making, emphasizing that even seasoned individuals like Jason can benefit from counsel rooted in experience and concern. Conversely, the storyline illustrates that personal autonomy and emotional intuition remain central to character choices, creating a tension between advice and instinct that propels the narrative forward. The ripple effects of Brad's warning are immediate and far-reaching. Relationships across Port Charles are subtly influenced by his counsel, as characters react to both the warning and its implications. The episode sets up potential conflicts, misunderstandings, and reconciliations, ensuring that viewers remain engaged with the unfolding consequences. It also creates anticipation for subsequent episodes, as audiences speculate whether Jason will heed Brad's advice, how Britt will respond, and what complications may arise from choices made in the heat of emotion. As the episode progresses, moments of reflection and dialogue reinforce the stakes. Jason weighs Brad's words against his own feelings, contemplating potential outcomes and consequences. Britt's reactions, meanwhile, provide insight into her strategy, emotional state, and intentions. These sequences highlight the interplay of influence, choice, and accountability, demonstrating that in Port Charles, every decision is layered with both personal and relational significance. The episode ultimately emphasizes the delicate balance between protection and autonomy. Brad's warning is rooted in care, yet it also respects Jason's ability to make his own decisions. The narrative tension arises from the intersection of caution and desire, foresight and impulse, experience and emotion. This dynamic drives viewer engagement, as audiences are drawn into the uncertainty and complexity of the choices facing these central characters. In conclusion, General Hospital spoilers. Brad warns Jason to stay away from Britt offers a rich, suspenseful narrative that blends emotional depth with relational complexity. Brad's warning introduces immediate tension, highlighting the potential consequences of attraction and secrecy, while Jason and Britt's navigation of the situation underscores the intricate interplay of choice, desire, and foresight in Port Charles. The episode reinforces the show's skill at combining character-driven drama with suspenseful plotting, ensuring that viewers remain invested in the outcomes, the relationships, and the ongoing evolution of these central figures. The storyline promises continued intrigue, emotional highs, and narrative twists as Port Charles braces for the consequences of advice, attraction, and unresolved tension among its most compelling characters.